Lee Anderson, the Conservative MP for Ashfield, joined the likes of Lawrence Fox in the early stages of the tournament in vowing to boycott England matches for as long as the players take the knee in a stand against racist discrimination. And look, nobody could blame him if he wanted to change his mind after the knockout stages or, you know, since we made it through to the final. It's a real once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But it looks like Anderson is sticking to his guns.
I took a decision, not just football. I said, any sporting event where the competitors or players before the event take the knee, I couldn't support it because I see it as a divisive symbol. I see it associated with Black Lives Matter. Whether the players think that or not, that's up to them. I've got no beef with the players really at all. I think they're being, probably poorly advised. But, I would say to people that, if taking the knee is such a symbol of fighting racism in sport or in society, then why weren't the England team doing this 2 years ago? Now, if they would have been doing this 2 years ago before Black Lives Matter come to the fore, then I would be the first person to be taking the knee with them. But like I say, it grates a little bit with me. No, I made that decision a few weeks back. I'm sticking to it. And it's interesting. I think the Olympics have already said that there'll be no political symbols at the Olympic Games this year. So that's, if it's good for them at the Olympics, where the whole world will be watching in. And then I can stick to my principles and say, you know what, I don't agree with it. I'm a little bit upset I can't watch my team play because I think they're going to win. I think they're a brilliant team and fair play to them. And I will be cheering them on. I'll be checking my phone for updates and scores and stuff like that. No doubt plenty of people on social media who have been attacking me over the past week will be tagging me in texts. That's fine. That's fine. If they want to keep me updated, if we're winning, that's absolutely brilliant. And I wish them all the best.
That was Lee Anderson speaking to LBC there. He also said that he believes England will win, and on Sunday he will spend his day unpacking boxes because he's just moved house. Now, look, it's just so silly. It's just so silly. I can't even get upset about it. Here is a fully grown man spiting himself, boycotting the first time England has made it into an international final since 1966 because he made a really stupid vow at the beginning of the tournament when he probably thought England wasn't going to do all that well. And you listen to his justification for it, if they'd done this 2 years ago before BLM, then I would be right there taking the knee with them. Well, look, when Colin Kaepernick was taking the knee under the Obama administration, he was blacklisted, he was hounded, he was, really vociferously criticized by the American press. And I don't remember any statements of solidarity from Lee Anderson. There was also this matter of him saying that the players had been poorly advised, as if there's a whole kind of shadowy network of woke PR advisors saying, you really have to take the knee, rather than the fact that these are, young guys who, like most of their demographic, are in favor of the Black Lives Matter cause. And lots of them are, of course, Black themselves. So they have an interest in representing this cause because it feels very, very personal. So yes, it's completely risible, it's silly, it's stupid, but it is a little bit more honest, at least, than what the likes of Priti Patel and Boris Johnson have been getting up to. So this is the image that Home Secretary Priti Patel tweeted out after the England win. She said, "Just brilliant. Well done, Three Lions. Football's coming home." And I'm sure she would be right there with gunboats in the channel if it does indeed decide to go home. This is the same Home Secretary who said that fans could boo players taking the knee. So from my perspective, one, I think that you cannot say support the team when you didn't support the players. This is a team of human beings who banded together to make a gesture in support of anti-racism, and you said that they could be booed. So don't start jumping on the bandwagon now that they're doing really well. But I think what this, in quite a funny way, indicates is that one of the least contentious symbols of patriotism, right, the English national football team, is actually really difficult for the right to come to terms with. Because yes, on the one hand, it is still a nationalist symbol, a relatively non-toxic one, a relatively inclusive one, but still a nationalist symbol. But also at the same time, like I said, you've got these young guys who, like most of their peers, are fairly progressive and inclusive. And so it seems that despite the very best efforts of some on the right, there is just not the appetite amongst the public to condemn the lads or the cause that they stand for. So let's just have a little look at what happened when GB News' Dan Wootton tried to cajole Big Sam Allardyce into disavowing taking the knee.
Rebecca on GB Views asks, what do you think about England players taking the knee?
Well, this is obviously something that's gone along for many months now, and I think we continue to do that in support of Black Lives Matter. And I think that is very, very important, that we, irrespective of what other people think or what other people may do in football, football is trying to make a stand.
All of this brouhaha comes from the fact that this is a symbol of how much the country has changed, right at the heart of nationalist imagery. So these young guys who are fairly progressive, they are this living, vibrant proof that the culture we see dominating the top of politics is not the culture which is dominating the young. And I think it makes a lot of these right-wing reactionary dinosaurs quite scared that there are these young guys really likable, doing well, and they're progressive. And what's more is that most of their peers in football, so even the old guard of football, are fairly supportive of this stuff.
Oh, it's hilarious. I did actually just want to point something out because I made this mistake as well. In 2009, England's women's team did reach the final, I think, of the World Cup. So it's not been as long as we think it has. I made this mistake too. As you said at the start, I think it's hilarious. I think the thing is, we should not treat this seriously because these are unserious people. And the problem that I think we've had in the past, and maybe the mistake that we've made, is trying to meet them on a serious level and talk to them and reason with these people who want to start this culture, instead of saying, yes, I don't like, instead of saying, okay, don't go to the game then if you don't want to. I don't care. We're going to go do this anyway. Or saying, no, taking the knee is fine. If they want to do it, let them take the knee. We shouldn't try and meet them and reason with them and have these big debates. We should just say, okay, do your own fucking thing then. I don't care. We're gonna watch this game, and if we win, it's gonna be the biggest party that we've seen for ages, and it's gonna be fantastic. And whether you support football or not, it's something to get rallied around. And I think it says so much about the right who are trying to start this culture war and have been mired in it, that at this point of what I called the communal joy earlier, they just cannot take part. And that's what we talk about. It's the heart of politics. It's like, ultimately, what we're fighting for is the light. We fight for something that is good. We fight for everyone to have a bit of joy, give them the bread, but also give them the roses. And the right, they feed on hate and they feed on fear, and they're very good at it. But this shows us sometimes that bit of joy comes along. We have to hold on to it. We have to run with it. And we just don't have to fucking give in to them. Sorry for swearing so much.
No. But I mean, do you think that you could even say, give us bread, but give us trophies too?
Give us bread, but give us a meaningless piece of silverware to go in the cabinet. I mean, if Harry Kane gets a trophy, Ash, you know that's a rarity.
Also, if Harry Kane gets a trophy, it's going to be like, oh, you really are too good for us.